Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new map. Almost said new farm. Like, it is a new farm too, but we are here in Dredge Creek, Alaska. I'm going through the northern part of the map on these paths and kind of trimming back the grass, but we also have a contract up here. I believe it's field number 8 to mow, Ted, and bale. So you're going to be getting to that. Let's see here. Oop, yeah, that's the one I wanted. Come on, map. Oh, there we go. Yeah, field 8. Field 5, I believe, is a fertilizing contract. Yeah, 5 and 10 we have as fertilizing. I just completed these harvesting contracts, so we'll get those off the board. I'm going to bring this down this way just to finish up this path. And then I need to make a quick change to my mower so we're not just mulching. We're actually dropping the cut grass so we can get this taken care of. Oop, there goes that. Alright. So I do apologize for all the different maps that I'm kind of bringing to the channel as I jackknife this. But I'm just really kind of getting anxious for FS22. In 1 second while I make the changes that I need to do. So I do like this John Deere 4440. It just looks really well done. I love the older style tractors. If you guys have been a part of the channel for a while, you know that. I love these older style tractors. Not to mention we can have this nice front loader. I don't have any attachment to it right now. They're back at the farm. But, I mean, look at the hose layout on this side. Yeah, I think it's a little crazy that they have that much hanging down. But at the same time, if we're doing our job right, that should not be an issue. So, and also realize that the engine just seems really small. Like the radiator is right there in the middle of the front. But I'm not sure unless that's the gas tank in the front part. Yeah, it's gotta be. There's the red cap and whatnot. So anyway, we need to get this field mowed up. It's not a big field by any means. Let's get selected on the mower itself. We're actually going to mow this part I didn't get with the coming through on the path. But yeah, the paths are just kind of a little overgrown right now. So this northern part of the map is just like you see here. All forested, wild growth. We are in Alaska. So, I mean, I'm not looking to make everything be a nice, pretty big piece of lawn by any means. But, you know what? I'll show you the map real quick. A little bit more of the map, I guess I should say. So we're over here in this small part. And everything north of this river is basically that forested area. There's not many fields at all. What we own and start off with is 5145, which is field 13 and 11. And as you see here, there's 12 fields on this map total right now. You could factor in there's 14 fields, but those are grass fields that don't have a number attached to them. It is what it is. I haven't bought any, so 51 and 45 is what you start out with. Just for example, 52, plot 52 has a value of 166,000. 44. 26, 27,000, 46, 25,000. And all of this is 197,000. So you can buy the outside of the map. It looks like even the town. Yeah. So it'd be the town and all the other areas, the little lakes and whatnot around the map. Well, almost all of them. But yeah, so that's kind of where we stand right now. And like I said, I'm kind of just getting antsy. Not to mention I was going to do a Westby, Wisconsin video, but apparently I decided not to shut it down the last time shut the game down, that is. And I left it run at 1x speed for a full 24 hours on accident. So instead of being in like June time frame, I think it was, maybe July, it ended up being very late September. So I didn't get fields planted that I wanted. Sorry, I had an itch on my nose. So I know I have at least a few fields that are just barren, nothing planted in them. So actually, no, that's true. I have oilseed radish. So this flatbed is actually designed to autoload small bales, which is what our baler is. I may have to adjust the audio for the in-game. I realized that if you guys have noticed that my in-game audio has been on the quiet side, I do apologize. Apparently at one point, I had it knocked down to like 75% or somewhere around there. And I'm like, oh, that explains why it's been so quiet. I'm wondering if I did that at one point because I was just playing off camera and watching whatever, you know, wanting to focus more on the audio from the video I was watching than the game, which I tend to do that quite often, just so I can get through things and it's not, oh, look, we're back in September again, year one. You know, trying to push things along a little bit more. So I am very excited about 25. And it doesn't look like it's just a reskin 22, 19 type of deal that a lot of people are worried about. Because it does kind of get to that point after so many iterations. I mean, hell, look at Madden. If you get it every year, it's hard to justify, in my opinion, it's hard to justify getting Madden every single year. Yeah, you get the updates for the players and whatnot, but I don't think the game mechanics changed that much from year to year to warrant that. Now, the last one Madden I had gotten before this year, because this year I got 25, and the reason why I got that is because I bought the package with college football. It used to be called NCAA, but now it's just college football or something like that. Which the game is awesome. If you don't have it and you like football, you should buy it. However, I think it's just on console. I haven't been able to find it on PC yet. Granted, I haven't looked in EA Sports catalog. I think I have that. It might be Ubisoft, I don't remember. I have something that does a lot of EA games. Anyway, haven't seen college football come to Steam yet. Madden is on Steam. But yeah, I bought it this year. I think the last Madden I'd gotten was 2020. Maybe? It might have been 19, I don't remember. But yeah, unlike Madden, to be honest with you, Farming Sim doesn't come out every year, at least not for PC. I think they try to set it up to where they do, like for this year, 25. Well, technically it's next year, but it's coming out in November of this year. So FS22 is for computer, console, whatever. And then, at least the way it seems like they've done it the last couple of years, is the years that they don't do it for PC, console, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, is they do the mobile version. They release a new one. I've never played the mobile version. And now they have a farming sim for kids, basically, which I think is just a very simplified version of this. Haven't really watched too many videos on it just because I'm not that interested. I don't have kids of my own. If I did, I probably would have it hands down and, you know, let my kids play it. Let them get interested in things like this, and maybe, who knows, they'd want to get into 4-H and anything like that. You know, getting into the trades, I know I'm kind of changing topics quite often here, but I feel like I'm staying on topic for the most part. Yeah, I'm kind of talking about a few other things off topic, but it's related. At least it's related in my mind with everything. Anyway, where was I going with that? I got so far off topic, I lost track. But yeah, as far as like the trades and whatnot, I'm not gonna be one of those people that's gonna push college on my kids whenever I get them, if I get them. And the reason being is I went to college for 6.5 years because I changed my major like 3 times, and all I got was a bachelor's of education. Basically a generic catch-all for those that don't want to actually complete their degree in the specific field. For me, I was going to school to be a teacher. I wanted to go for music, did not get accepted in the music program per se, which is fine, it is what it is. Then I switched to math because I enjoyed math, and then I got into math classes that basically felt like they were just making things up because they go, oh yeah, let's just throw this number in here and that should be the correct one and blah blah blah. And I'm like, why are you making things up? But that's beside the point. So after math, I actually went in for to teach business. And the only reason I didn't outright complete that is because at that point, I had been in school. Basically, when I made the decision to figure out what I needed to graduate and just get out, I had been in school for just about 6 years at that point. And before you guys get on me about, oh, you must be one of those guys that is hoping for student loan forgiveness. Actually, I'm not. They're my loans. I'm taking responsibility for them. I'm paying for them. However, that doesn't mean I'm not going to take advantage of whatever program is available to make my payments cheaper. I might be conservative, but I am not stupid. I'll just put it that way. But yeah, so plus my student loans are like right around 50K, so I feel like I lucked out. Anyway, I was just kind of done with college at that point. And not to mention, because I was going to school to be a teacher, I was observing several different classrooms across Ohio and just watching these kids be little punks to the teacher and, you know, not really caring about, you know, their education. Granted, you know, middle school and high schoolers, they don't want to be there anyway. I remember those times. I didn't want to be there either. And most of the business classes are electives for the most part, which I think business classes should be mandatory. You know, kind of like English or math, but that's just me. But I was watching kids be little punks, and teachers, you know, being teachers, you really can't do much about it. And then at the end of the day, it's going to be a matter of, if the student fails, parents are going to get pissed at you, not their kid. So it was a situation I didn't want to get myself into, just because I know the type of person I can be, and I would want to discipline those kids, because I was starting to feel it even for the teachers themselves. And the responses I got from some of them when I asked them about it, it's just disheartening, because you know they love their job, and but they know that they're also stuck between a rock and a hard place about it. So I just went to my advisor and said, what can I do to get out of here? And they told me what I needed to do, so within the next semester I was graduated. And I like to think that I am using part of my degree because I am, you know, a manager in retail. So using some of my business course topics, I would like to think I am using some of that knowledge. So it's not all gone to crap yet. I mean, it is retail, it is working with the public, so take it for what you will. But anyway, so I feel like if I had to do it again, I probably would have either joined the military, to be completely honest, or would have gone and found a trade. I would, you know, take a year off work and try to find a trade I'd be interested in. So, to be honest, I think if I had, you know, anywhere close to the knowledge I do now, I probably would have looked into becoming an electrician. I know it's not too late for me to do that now, but, you know, I'm getting paid rather decently. I'm able to do these YouTube videos for you guys. So, in my opinion, yeah, it's worked out. I may not always be 100% happy when I get home from work, you know, dealing with the public, because, you know, not to throw anyone under the bus, but the public can be real jerks. If you didn't know, the customer is not always right. But that's beside the point. I do really love my job. Love the team I have. And I actually don't mind working with the public most days. So anyway, as far as the farming sim, I think I'm just going to continue looking at some of the different maps that I have not played on. We may make a return to Alma, Missouri, because there's been a few updates to that farm. So I may make a return to that. If anything, it's going to be for my own sake and my own gameplay. I may not record it, but it's a possibility. I've been seriously considering that. And with the way this map is, I probably should have done like my Survivor Series part on here, and I think I missed a spot over here. At least it looks like I did. Maybe not. I feel better now that I got that, though. Yeah, this tractor is actually pretty decent. With this map, just so you are aware, just about everything you get is under 100 horsepower, because I think except for the seeder. The seeder is 120, but the tractor you start with only has 100 horsepower. And is not this one. It is. I don't have it anymore because I sold it. But let's see if we can find it here. It's this guy. This is what you start with. So I've kind of tried to keep the theme, just because these fields are small. This is my biggest tractor, this John Deere. This one I believe has the most horsepower, I think. So I don't have anything leased. Let's see here, 130, 110, 140. All right, so my case actually has a little bit more. I did not realize that. That also doesn't have a cab, and we've been dealing with some rain doing this, some of our contracts. This is our pickup, or semi-truck with the flatbed on it. You do not start with that, so you don't start with any of these tractors. You only start with the one that I showed you. You don't start with that. Actually, I don't think you start with anything I have now, to be honest, because I've kind of traded things out for a little bit different. Actually, you do start out with this pickup, and you start out with this trailer. I think that's about it, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've swapped everything else in one form or another. So actually, my fertilizer spreader and my sprayer both are Gators, John Deere Gators. So that's how small I'm going on this particular playthrough. And so far, I do enjoy it. It's a nice change of pace from the massive farms that we do. This is kind of on par with New Lands, though that's starting to get to be a big farm as well. This one, I could easily find myself buying all the little fields that we are already pre-made on the map before I start building and creating my own. I have kind of cheated a little bit monetarily just so I could get everything swapped out and buy whatever I was missing. So there is that. I am currently sitting at a little over $1 million. So some of the contracts I've done, I have cheated just a little bit, but nothing too crazy. We're gonna park this guy without hopefully hitting a tree over here so I can see it. Nope, don't back up into it. Oh, and you hit that. Of course you did. Good thing I don't have any piece of equipment on the front, so I just damaged my front loader. Oy vey. So this is a new mod, or newer mod. I don't know just how new because it's been a while. But this is a small baler that is set up as a fence. And I kind of done my own colors on. So for that, where are my balers? There it is. So you got a Fent and a Massey, 1840. Looks like the Agco baler pack with Windrower by Hispano Mining. Also has these guys. So round baler and square baler. And I love the fact that we have these now. We also have these guys, and there's one other set that I have. These guys. These are square balers as well by Black Sheep Modding. You have a few more choices with these. And there is, these ones here, again, by Hispano. Don't know why I said it that weird. I apologize. This is a fast bale. So this is a round baler, which if you guys are familiar with a fast bale, basically you have two sections in your baler. I'm gonna get back to here so I can get this going. You have two sections on the baler. So the first part collects the grass initially, or hay or whatever it is you're picking up. So unlike this square baler, which is constantly feeding through, and when it makes the bale, it cuts it off and starts a new one instantly. I know it's a little bit different in real world. Give me a break. It's a game. But the fast bale basically creates a small, basically a starter bale in one section, and when it gets to a certain size, it kicks it to the bigger part to finish the bale. I love the fact that these bales are small enough we can just go right over top of them. And basically what that does is as it's basically wrapping the round bale, it's allowing you to still move and collect bales. So even as long as you're going decent speed, like slow enough speed, you'll be able to do that without even having to stop. Because most round balers, you have to stop, wait for it to do its thing, before you can continue on. I kind of screwed the pooch on that one. There we go. Kind of cut a little too close to these trees over here. Oops. Actually, I don't know if it's cutting so much as just the tedding through grass over there. So the fast bales actually make it a lot easier to use, so you can get your round balers without having to constantly stop and take up a little bit more time doing that. And I like the fast bale more than like the fast bale. just because I think it's a little bit closer to realism than otherwise. I'm talking too much and I'm getting really thrown off on my turns. Not to mention all these trees, so, and that's another tree hit. Okay. Missing just a little bit there. Oh well. I'm not the greatest. So I believe I mentioned in a previous video, but I'll say it here again. My new steering wheel, trucking steering wheel from Hori, H-O-R-I systems should be here. I believe it said it's, I believe it said it's getting released on the 20th through Amazon, and even Hori's website, I believe, says the 20th. So I don't know if I'm going to be getting it on the 20th or that's just when it's getting shipped out. But Arkansas is getting released about 4 or 5 days prior to that being. So when I go on vacation at the end of the September, end of this month, I'm going to be busy trucking. And one of those videos may very well be a review, because I do want to get more than, several hours in on it before I actually give you guys a review. But if it's anything like as I take out my mower, that's going to be fun to get out of there. If it's anything like the farming setup that I got, I think I'm going to be in love with it. I love the fact that it's a realistic size steering wheel. I mentioned that in the past, that was the downside for me when it comes to like the Logitech system that I have, is the steering wheel just seems to be really small. And I don't know where I'm going right now. There we go. I think we're getting it figured out. Steering wheel just seems to be really... it's smaller, obviously, than a standard wheel that you have in your car. I get that. It's fine. It is what it is. It's, kind of meant for racing purposes and, just so you have that feel of actually driving. And for that, it does its job quite well. But when I got this farming steering wheel set up, and it has the bigger steering wheel, I knew I had to have one for trucking. Now I do use this farming one for trucking. The downside is this does not have force feedback. And when you're in ATS, or probably even ETS, it's been so long since I've been in done anything in ETS. Having that force feedback is amazing. It makes it so much more realistic, and honestly, it just immerses you more so in the game than it would otherwise. Kind of like the Track IR. Oop, there goes that bale. But yeah, I was just making sure I was getting lined up and whatnot. So we are making hay, okay. Though I headed it. Of course we are. So one of the other things that I think I'm going to thoroughly enjoy with the new trekking system is that just all the buttons. It has like the stalks on both sides of the steering column. So like your turning signal, Lord Almighty. So it's got your turn signal stock on one side. It's got headlight stock on another. And the wheel itself just looks like it has a ton of buttons. The side panel does as well with the stick shift. I apologize. My allergies are kicking my butt, so my nose is just itching like crazy right now. So I apologize, guys, if you keep hearing my voice kind of go in and out. I forgot to take my allergy medicine this morning. I've noticed it the last couple of days that I've needed it. So, yeah. Allergies suck this time of year. But I love the fact that we're getting these beautiful fall days. You know, 40s and lower 50s in the morning. Then by the time you get off, it's in the 70s or possibly low 80s. And the, did I get all that? Looks like it. And then not to mention, you know, just having a nice, beautiful evening. Not having to worry about any rain so far, knock on wood. We need rain though. My grass is starting to look brown. Alright, so let's get that pushed out. And to clear this out, I'm going to do something a little cheaty. Don't mind me. And I just do that to clear. Sometimes they get hung up on here on the back too. I do that just to kind of clear it out. So that way next time I go to use this, because I'm not going to be using this for a hot minute. I thought I heard a bell somewhere. Like in game. Interesting. Alright, so now we got that done, we need to hop in the semi-truck and get our auto loading on. Let's see if I can get this mower hooked back up after I pushed against a couple trees. Oh, sweet. Alright, we're gonna turn that off. Okay. So this is, of course, TLX lineup of trucks, along with the bed. And this thing, you can fit a lot of tiny bales on. It's awesome. And granted, if you're doing a bigger field, it might not be near as awesome because you're still going to be able to only get a certain amount. But this one is designed to pick up these small bales. And it took me a hot second to figure out how to activate the operating and all of that. I wasn't 100% certain how that worked out. Okay, grab those. As you can see here, it's got a wide pickup range, so we can go in between two different rows and get everything. You also get a good idea of just how many bales we made. $118 bales. That's awesome. Alright, let's get this down to town. And you can see just how overgrown these paths are. That's why I'm taking the mower and going through and just at least getting things cut back. But you can see this map is just beautiful. I love these maps. I say it every time we come into one of these types of maps where it's like a mountainous terrain. It's not just flat. Granted, flat is more so of like where I live right now. But that's actually Midwest Horizon is very, very close to being accurate for my hometown, for where I live, because it's based off of a town that's just over in the next county, I believe. So I'm not far from the home location of Midwest Horizon map. All right. I believe we just pull right into here. If we can stop, that'll work. Okay. Is it? What button do I push? There we go. Oh, we got $4,500 off that for selling bales after the contract. I will take that. So one of the mods that I've recently added is a new one, and you can see the shadows. So it's not just a flood of light. It actually takes into consideration what's in front of you. And I actually do enjoy that a little bit more. Yeah, it does kind of suck because like if I have a front loader on my tractor and it's right in the line of the headlights, I can't see worth crap at night. I believe that was a train that just went by. I don't know if you guys heard that on the left side there. So there really isn't much of a town, but there is a town. So I think I'm going to work on getting everything back home. I'll show you home real quick. So this field is ours on the right. And I'm not sure what this pile of dirt is here for. I'm assuming it's something that we can dig out. Maybe for gold mining purposes. I don't know offhand. That's one thing I'm a little unsure of. This field is ours as well. There's our tiny little humble abode. I'm gonna get this guy parked up. So I do have the flatbed, and then we do have our box to go on the back of this. And I've used that because I do have it set up for unrealistic capacity. It has been my box for harvesting. I may kick it back to normal, though, just with the size of these fields, because I know it's still going to have more capacity than that one trailer we got. So I mentioned that we have a gator for spreading, and then we have one for spraying. And I figured I'd give it a shot just because we have these smaller fields. And of course, we just have our little gator for just getting around the farm. So this is just our humble homestead. That barn is just decoration. We can't get into it. We can't do anything with that. Then we have this barn over here. And if I can delete these two barns, these two sheds, I will, and I will probably eventually. You can see those shadows over there on the wall. That's awesome. I love that. So this is the other shed that we have. Now you don't get a shadow from you as the person, but you do if you're in a vehicle that's in front of it. But this is all of our equipment. There's our case. There's our lizard. That one I do have the capacity if I needed to crank up the horsepower, I believe, on that, but I just don't see the need for it when everything else is around 100 horsepower. Except for this beast. I wanted a definite update from the previous one. We definitely I feel like we almost doubled the size of the original header. Plus we have a corn header with this one, so that'll work. This is an addition I did. This is a, basically it's a lime production. You throw your rocks in there and you get lime. One thing I've noticed though is the two fields I currently have produced a lot, and I mean a lot of rocks. Because obviously you get some rocks when you plow. So I did the plowing for both fields. I picked it up, and Then I did the cultivating. I feel like it... Sorry, I'm getting a stretch in. Ew. Alright, sorry about that. And then after cultivating, it produced almost more rocks than when I had plowed. So that was nuts. So I had to pick up rocks twice in each field before I could even plant. Because I just didn't want to deal with the risk of damaging my equipment. So yeah. I like this little gator. I like those too. Don't get me wrong, I like those ones too, but this one, just something different about it. Yeah, I do want to actually look into possibly replacing this shed and then the damaged shed, so I hope they are able to be removed. And I may need to cut that tree down. I just realized how far it's leaning. It's in the ground. I just may have to chop it down. Anyway, we're going to call a video there, guys. I think this one's going to be long enough as it is. I'll try to get it down below 30 minutes, but no promises. So as always, if you happen to like what you see or catch yourself watching more than one of my videos, please do us both a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. That bell will let you be notified of every single video I post and not just select few here and there. If you made it this far in the video, guys, I want to say thank you and I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. And I hope you all have a very wonderful rest of your day and rest of your week. So with all that being said, we will catch you in the next episode. So as always, take care. Peace.